We are back on the 25th of July in the year 1871. And we've got a massive, massive matchup going on here in this game. We've got the 12 and 4 Boston Red Stockings, who are coming off of two straight losses, and they are going to be going up against the 13 and 11 Rockford Forest Citys, who have won 7 straight. First goal series with the Raid. Welcome in, FGS. Let me go close your tab, bro. Real quick, let me go close your tab. How'd you enjoy Liverpool's win? I enjoyed West Ham's win, even though I was a shaky Jake for like the whole part of it. You know what I mean? Like, I was so nervous the whole way, bro. The whole way. And then when Drewsbury Hall scored, I was like, that's what I said. We never beat Everton in the league. And then somehow today we beat Everton in the league. Ecstatic to see Verts on the score sheet. Nice. Pain to see Salah limp. Yeah. I think it is a shame, but I need West Ham to stay up. I do too. EPMD, what's it? Cap Hansen, boo. Hope he gets smallpox. Yeah, he's my leadoff man. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about these players, so right. But I understand. I understand. Right. Welcome in. Like I said, it is the. Let me give you a shout out, actually, FGS. So it's the best day ever. If only Spurs could have lost. And I mean that by no offense to David or Mossman. But, guys, if you aren't already following First Goal Series, sorry, I need a cup of coffee. I actually have not had coffee today. Give him a follow. He does some watch-alongs for Liverpool games. That's what he was streaming today. He also does Time Guesser, which is what this is. That is an insane guess. That's an amazing guess, FGS. Yeah. But he does Time Guesser. He does Football Manager. He does Liverpool watch-alongs. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The great First Goal series. Shout out to him. Will Joe start, or will he pinch it? He is starting. Joe starts. It's a start for Joe Start as he starts this game. Right. Like I said, 12 and 4 Boston. It is they have lost 2 straight. They still lead the American League. And the 13-11 Rockford Forest Citys, who have won 7 straight. As we get into this one, going to be a good one here. I'm starting to think my luck in Time Guesser is taking my luck away from Liverpool. I was thinking that earlier, by the way, FGS, because I'm having a really good year personally. Need more Georges. Yeah, I know. I'm having a really good year personally. And I'm like I've gone to the Olympics. I've got all this amazing art I've had commissioned. It's been fantastic. All of my sports teams flipping suck. The Oilers are about to blow the playoffs. The Phillies are the worst team in baseball. The Union are the worst team in MLS. West Ham's fighting against relegation. Like, literally all of the sports teams are terrible. What's up, Val? Welcome in. So, I'm like, that must be the balance in life. You know what I mean? I do need more Georges, though. You're not wrong. I got 3 of them. We need more. Speaking of which, let's go over the starting lineup, shall we, between these two. We're playing like we're like 12th to 15th, which is nice. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to win against Disney protagonists. That's true. That's true. It's not even just that. It's just the fact that the Oilers have absolutely no defense and goaltending. And that's been very apparent. They can score goals like mad, but they cannot keep the puck out of their own net. Right. Let's get into this one. Let's do a starting lineup starting with the visiting Boston Red Stockings. Bub McAtee lead things off. He's the first baseman. He is batting 378 RBIs this season, 6 for 17 versus McBride. Al Reach bats second. The right fielder batting 347 with 14 RBIs. He is 8 for 16 against McBride. Tom Carey, the second baseman, bat third. He's got 21 RBIs at a 333 average. He's batting 6 for 18 versus McBride. Andy Leonard, the shortstop, bats in the 4 spot. He's batting 329, 11 RBIs, 4 for 17 versus McBride. Tommy Beals, the catcher, bats in the 5 spot. He's batting 380 with 11 RBIs, 5 for 15 versus McBride. It's all good, Stuart. Gene Kimball gets the start yet again. Third straight start for Kimball. He is batting 154 with 4 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 versus McBride. Joe Batten gets the 7 spot. The third baseman is batting 206 with 7 RBIs. He's only 1 for 10 versus McBride. Tom Patterson. Thank you, Raz. Appreciate it. Forrest has nothing to do with us anyway, I thought. Well, I mean, they could have been in the relegation fight. Also, streak. Nice. You are 2 stream streaks away from a free chip. If you guys don't know FGS, if you're still here or not, but we've started a loyalty rewards program. There's all the details of it. So definitely check it out. Wait. Hang on. Right. Sorry, that's a really odd question. And I need the answer to that. Anyway, right. Tom Patterson is in the 8th spot. He's getting just his 3rd start. He's batting 200 so far, no RBIs. Enjoy your time here. You're never interesting. Yeah, enjoy your time here. You're never leaving. Yeah, I know, right? Asa Bernard bats in the 9th spot. He's batting 173 with 5 RBIs so far this season, 2 for 13 versus McBride. We'll do the pitching matchups in a moment. I got an interesting ping just now on Discord. Hold on one second. Okay, let's do the lineup for the. Okay, Raz is going to acquire a poker chip. Raz has bought a poker chip. Here you go, Raz. You now own 1 white chip. Raz the beer. I'll write you down in the notebook. Let me get the notebook up real quick. I'll write you down. Right. Stream streaks and chip bank. Can I have as many as you like? You get 1 chip per redeem, but you can redeem as many as you want. I just misspelled and wrote 1 shite chip instead of white chip. God damn it. Nice shirt, boy. Thank you. That will do for me. All right. I don't know why, but it makes me think of the concept of trading stocks, but instead of stocks, it's just women. Well, it's not meant to be trading, but yeah. I get your point. Let's go over the lineup for the Rockford Forest Citys, shall we? The hometown Rockford Forest Citys. Cap Anson leads things off. He is batting 366, 15 RBIs, 5 for 14 versus Bernard. George Hall, the left fielder, will bat in the 2 spot. He's batting 287 with 19 RBIs. And 4 are home runs to his name as well. He's 4 for 15 versus Bernard, including 1 home run. Russ Barnes bats in the 3 spot. The second baseman, batting 355 with 13 RBIs, 4 for 15 versus Bernard. Lip Pike bats in the 4 spot. Right fielder batting 324. 6 home runs and 25 RBIs. Both lead the majors. He is 3 for 12 versus Bernard. Doug Allison, the catcher, bats in the 5 spot. 316, 22 RBIs, 5 for 13 versus Bernard. Joe Start, the first baseman, bats in the 6 spot. He is batting 354 with 10 RBIs, 5 for 14 so far this season versus Bernard. George Bird, center fielder, 7 spot. Bats 268 right now, 15 RBIs. He's 3 for 12 versus Bernard. George Wright is in the 8 spot, shortstop, batting 262 with 12 RBIs. He's 3 for 9 versus Bernard. Dick McBride, the pitcher, rounds things off in the 9 spot, batting 351 with 11 RBIs. He is 6 for 13 versus his counterpart on the mound. The pitching matchups. I can only acquire one a stream. I like this. Yeah, I thought I put a cooldown on it. Yeah. So. But, yeah, there you go. If you haven't read the full terms, Raz, I can link them again. It's !chip, but there is an explanation on there on how the rewards and chip program works. I have the decks. I have the deck next to me. So, I haven't read the full terms. You lose all your chips. That you can lose the chip, but that's the loyalty reward. So, it can include, by the way, a free gifted sub to any channel on Twitch. I'm going to shuffle the deck once. Just once today. Because nobody drew yesterday. There you go. So, right. On the mound for Boston is Asa Bernard, 10-4 in 16 starts, 2 no decisions, 2.66 ERA with a 1.58 WHIP. He is 2-0 versus Rockford with a 2.81 ERA. On the bump for Rockford is Dick McBride. He is 12-10 in 24 starts with 2 no decisions, 2.16 ERA with a 1.17 WHIP. He is 0 for 3 versus Boston with a 4.35 ERA. It is a 9:05 a.m. first pitch start from the Agricultural Society Fairgrounds in Rockford, Illinois. We are ready for some baseball. One thing I did want to say before we go, before we do this, if Val is still here, this shirt styled like those City Sports shirts. I don't know if you ever saw them. It would be like City Sports, Philadelphia, City Sports, Boston. Like it's styled kind of like that. And then there was somebody that came out with like the run more, eat less, train more, or something like that. No, that's an American thing. You know what? I should have known that from the. Yeah. Why didn't I fucking think of that, Valerie? I don't understand. Okay. But no, they're styled like that shirt, so it was like it's kind of like that. This I bought this in like 2021, so, and then I made it a note. Like any time that I did a women's Counter-Strike stream, especially one of the bigger ones for like ESL Impact League, I wore this shirt. If I wasn't wearing, like if FlyQuest Red was starting, I would like if I was doing a FlyQuest Red game, I would wear my FlyQuest Red jersey. If Shimmer were playing, I would wear my Shimmer jersey. But like if it was neither of those teams, I always tried to wear this shirt. Benny Root, what's up, Root? Welcome in. Right before we start, let's have a first inning sponsor, shall we? Smokaya is an awesome football manager streamer. He's also been doing a little bit of Helldivers 2 recently. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The great Smokaya sponsors our first inning here tonight. The sponsor is Gambling. Gamble your chips. Listen. If it's subliminal messaging, if it's one thing I wish didn't exist, it's fucking Polymarket. But, you know. Still. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page there. Right. Dick McBride on the mound. Bub McAtee settles in. We are ready for the first pitch from the Agricultural Society Fairgrounds in Rockford, Illinois. Boston looking to stop the slide of 2 games. Rockford looking to keep up the train of momentum they have built through their last 7 consecutive wins. And here we are with the opening pitch. Inside, ball 1. And we are underway. Obviously, programming note, we're going to do Football Manager after this game finishes. We did start the season last night. We got 1 game into the season. We won that game 2-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and away, ball 2. Here's the 2-0. That's lined right at the second baseman. He's got it. That's 1 away. Oh, you know what I forgot to put on the schedule? Fuck. I'm stupid. I just realized I forgot to put I forgot to put Unreal Tournament on my schedule for May. I just realized that. Hold on. It's May 23rd. Hold on. What did I put on the schedule for May 23rd? I put, Lunatics on the Loose was supposed to be May 25th. Fuck! Okay. Which means I'm going to move that to May 30th. Schedule fix super quick. Boom. I'm the kind of guy, if I don't do something the moment I remember it, I'm not going to remember to do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm unfortunately that way. But yeah, unfortunately I'm the type of individual that if I don't remember to do something the moment I remember, then I ain't going to wind up remembering when I need to. You know what I mean? Sorry. Sometimes I forget it anyway. Yeah, that's why when the moment it pops in my mind, I'm like, I got to do this right now. Do I want to know what acoustic guitar plays? Nice. Right, sorry. A little bit of schedule change there. Here's the first pitch to Al Reach. Grounded over to second. The throw on to first is in time. 2 down. Here's Tom Carey, the second baseman, settling in. First pitch to Carey. He's waved at that one, 0-1. Yeah, I'm just. That's one of my limitations. You know, I always say you got to know your limitations in life, and like I know my limitation is just if I don't do something the moment I remember to do it, I'm not going to remember it again. So, here's the 0-1. Grounded back to the mound. A throw over to first is a bad throw. That's going to be a 2-bagger as well. It's an E1. It's an error on Dick McBride. And the inning will continue. Runner on second. 2 down. Andy Leonard settles in. First pitch to Leonard. It's popped up. That's going to be a base hit. That could be runs. That's going to be runs. The error costs Rockford right away. It's an RBI double. And Boston have jumped out to a 1-0 lead. It's going to bring up Tommy Beals, the catcher. First pitch. Welcome in, G&G. That's fouled off. Happy Saturday to you. And we'll be back. Sounds good, Zegon. I know Arsenal and Newcastle are on. I'm looking at it right now. Like, it's not on, but I could turn it on. I started my laptop up thinking there was going to be like a 12 o'clock hockey game, and the hockey don't start till 3. So, here's the 0-1. Off the plate, 1-1. No, it's going to catch the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. That looked way off the plate to me. Here's the 0-2. That one's well off the plate. 1-2. It's more Benfica Morenense. All right, that sounds good. Enjoy. Zigon, enjoy. Here's the 1-2. That's fouled off. Still 1-2. I actually have to cheer for visitors today. Not really. Here's the 1-2. That's lined right at the second baseman. He's got it. And the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit. And they left that man aboard. We go to the bottom of the first. Boston have jumped out to a 1-0 lead. We are going to take, for the first ad break here, we're going to take the full 3-minute break. We will be back with more in a minute. In 3 minutes' time. Right, we welcome you back. I am going to put the Arsenal Newcastle game on. I don't know why, but it's going to finish around 2:30, and the NHL pre-show will start by then, so it'll at least be close enough to the hockey. Right, Cap Anson going to lead things off. Asa Bernard on the mound. First pitch to Cap Anson. Arsenal are already leading 1-0, by the way. And that one's inside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's right down Broad Street for a called strike. It's 1-1. There's the 1-1. That shot down the right field line, or left field line. That's fair. That's going to be a lot of bases. Anson might get a triple out of this. He slides in the third safely, and Anson's got a leadoff triple for Rockford. That'll bring up George Hall, the left fielder. First pitch to Hall. And that's grounded foul. 0-1. There's the 0-1 pitch. Rounded back to the mound. Anson stays put. It's an error. Bernard fumbled the ball. And E1 gets George Hall aboard. And now it's runners on the corners. Nobody out still. Ross Barnes, second baseman, settles in. Here's the first pitch to Barnes. Grounded back up the middle. On to second for one. They got him on to first. Double play. But it does bring Anson in. So it's an RBI. 6-4-3 double play. Scoring on the play will be Anson. And this game is tied. Here's right fielder Lip Pike. First pitch to Pike. Right down Broad Street for a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lined into left. Is that going to stay fair? No. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off. Still 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That is shot into right. That's a fair ball. And that is a double for Lip Pike. Runner on second, 2 down here. Here's Doug Allison settling in. First pitch to Allison. And that's taken right on the outside corner for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. That's going to get by the catcher. Pike goes to third. It's a pass ball. There's the 0-2. That's going to be a base hit. That's a run. Allison brings him home. Rockford lead this game. Here's Joe Start, the first baseman. First pitch to Start. Throw over to first. Runner's back safely. And he's ripped that right at the shortstop who's got it, and the side is retired. 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 1 man on base. We go to the top of the second. 2-1 Rockford. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 spots due up first for Boston. Gene Kimball will be the first man up. But first. New ending, new sponsor. Skull is a fantastic football manager streamer. Does a little bit of everything. Snooker 19, Undisputed, Warzone, Fortnite, Rocket League, Euro Truck Simulator 2. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The Great Skull Crusher sponsors our second inning here tonight. Gene Kimball's settled in. Here's the first pitch to Kimball. And he's going to take that at the knees for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Ripped into center, base hit. And the leadoff man for Boston is aboard. It's going to bring up Joe Batten. First pitch to Batten. And he's going to take that inside 1-0. Here's the 1-0. He swung on that one, but it's going to get by the catcher. It's a passed ball. And going to second is Kimball. Here's the 1-1. And that's high, 2-1. The 2-1. High and away, 3-1 now. 3-1 pitch. Inside ball 4. He's walked him. Here's Tom Patterson settling in. First pitch to Patterson. He's going to take that right down to shoot for a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's fouled. 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped it up into the seats. Still 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Inside, 1-2. The 1-2 is popped up in the infield. Infield fly rule is called. Automatically he's out. And it's caught by the second baseman. That'll retire the side. Or not retire the side. I'll retire Patterson. Sorry. 2-1 with 1 out for Asa Bernard. Here's the first pitch to Bernard. Inside, ball 1. The 1-0 is fouled. Here's the 1-1. High, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Waved at and missed, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And that is strike 3. He struck him out looking. 2 down now. Backwards K. This one on. Bop. Bop. There we go. Here's Bub McAtee lined out to the second baseman. His first at bat. First pitch is inside. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. High, 2-0. The 2-0 in there for a called strike. 2-1. The 2-1 is in. He swung on and missed. That's 2-2. Accidentally double tapped the key. Here's the 2-2. Rounded over to first. Pitcher comes over. He's got it. And the side is retired. No runs on 2 hits, and they left both men on base. We go bottom second. It's 2-1 Rockford. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in a minute and a half. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you. Yeah, my bad. Rockford with a 2-1 lead. How you doing today, Pix? Hope you're well, man. 7, 8, 9 spots for Rockford. George Bird set the lead things off. Here's the first pitch to Bird. Doing good, enjoying some afternoon coffee. I need to get me some. That's on the inside part of the plate. It's 0-1. I have not had caffeine today, and I feel it. You know what it was? I woke up at 9, right, today. And I got ready, and I went to the gym. And, yeah, I went to the gym. So the gym I'm at is very local. It's very small, but it's very crowded because of that. So they have a free weight area where you can just do the dumbbells and whatever, like squat rack. But they also have like a circuit area where they have like the machines that target certain muscles. And the circuit room is 19 machines. Well, that was packed. I mean, packed. So I got to the point where like I was doing my set and I was catching up to the people in front of me and they were catching up to the people in front of them. And we got towards like the second half of the circuit and we were just waiting on each other. Everybody was waiting on each other. So it kind of sucked, you know, because it was just so busy. Saturday morning's always the busiest in the gym. And then I just did some cardio to end it, like, because I always do a little bit of cardio. So I got on the cardio machine, did some cardio, and then, but like that's why I messaged when I was waiting for the last, when I was waiting for the last machine on the site. I'm like, hey, I probably won't. Like I still have to do my cardio, so I won't be home in time. And then I got home and I'm like, I need to shower because you know you're a sweaty mess. So. Do you listen to music? I did, yes. Sometimes, most of the times, I actually watch something. So, like a football game, or I'm still watching the Olympics. You know, trying to catch up on that. So, it's something like that. But today I did music. So, there's the 0-1. That's into right, but foul. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2. Lined into right center field. Center field is coming over to cut that off. And he's fumbled it. It's going to be an E8. So that's going to go down as a single for Bird, but also an E8. And that center fielder, Tom Patterson, getting credited with the error. And it's going to bring up George Wright. But because, I guess the point I was trying to make, too, is because I woke up at 9, it's a little bit late, and I went right to the gym, and the gym was an hour and a half. I've had no coffee. I don't like to drink coffee before I go to the gym. Coffee's an after gym thing for me. Here's the agreed, yeah. I'm not trying to reproduce that Kmart commercial, you know? Ship your pants. I can ship my pants right here. You can ship your pants right here. You know what I mean? Like, if I drink coffee, I'm going to be that old guy at the end of that Kmart commercial. I just shipped the bed. Like, that's going to be me. Here's the first pitch to nothing worse than feeling like you're going to have the runs on the... Oh, yeah, nasty. Yeah, absolutely nasty. Right. Here's the first pitch to George Wright. That's high and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's lined right at the first baseman. He's got it. The throw on to second. Did they get both? I think he's got him. They get both. It's an L3-6 double play as they tag up Bird. And there's two gone. That'll bring up Dick McBride. Here's the first pitch. Off the plate away, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Grounded over this short. The throw on to first is in time, and the side is retired. No runs on one hit. Nobody left on base. We go top third. It's still a 2-1 Forest Cities lead. Two up first for the Boston Red Stockings will be Al Reach. It'll be the 2-3-4 spot for Boston. But first, new ending means new sponsor, as always. Stewart is an awesome retro video game speedrunning commentator who commentates the Worlds Collide randomizer for FF6 and the Final Fantasy randomizer for FF1. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The great Stewart is going to sponsor our third inning here tonight. Deco's son, welcome in, man. How are you? I'm wondering what this clip is. God, I misspelled. We're going to be playing this game, by the way. We're going to be playing FF1 later this week. Or next week, I should say. How you doing, Deco? Welcome in. I know one thing. I'm also really hungry. I had 4 waffles. They're really mini waffles. Like, not big waffles. Like, real small waffles. For breakfast. And that's all I've had. So, I had that before I went to the gym. And I've been promised a soft pretzel. My parents are out, you know, down to the next town over. And there's a Wawa there. And they're like, you want a soft pretzel? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a soft pretzel. So, here's Al Reach settling in. Reach grounded out his first at bat. First pitch to Reach is at the knees for a called strike. 0-1. How you been, Deco? Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Here's the 0-1. And that is, I guess that's high, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. They're going to ask third base. Third base umpire says no swing. 2-1 still. I'm very well. I'm doing great. I'm actually doing really, really well. So, here's the 2-1. Check swing. They're going to ask third base again. He held up again, says the third base umpire. I got more art back today. I was like, oh my God. It's very good. So, this is, I think the crazy thing is, right, I'm really happy when I get art back. I think it's of my OC. I think it's fantastic. But I realize, like, all of this is a gift still, right? And, like, I can't imagine what this whole entire portfolio of it is going to do to her. So, yeah. I'm going to have to tell her to bring extra makeup. Here's the 3-1 pitch. She might bawl her eyes out at it. That's going to catch the outside part of the plate. It's 3-2. But yeah, I'm doing really good. Aside from sports, the sports teams are fucking miserable. But, you know, that just is what it is. Here's the 3-2. Lined into left. Left fielder going back. It's a base hit. It's a single. And reaches aboard. That's going to bring up Tom Carey. Carey reached via an error his first at bat. Here's the first pitch. That swung on a miss, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Rounded through the hole into right, base hit. It's back-to-back singles for Boston to start. Here's Andy Leonard. He had an RBI double his last at bat. First pitch to Leonard. They set up inside. Is that going to catch the plate? It does. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. He's bunted it, and that I thought that rolled foul. It stayed fair. They get it over to first. I could have sworn that rolled foul. But it's going to be a sac bunt. 2-3. Going to second is Carey. Going to third is Reach, and it's second and third with one out now. That'll bring up Tommy Beals. He lined into the second baseman his last at bat. First pitch to Beals. He's offered at that one and missed. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off the plate away. 1-1. There's the 1-1. Lined into right. Is that it will not stay fair. Thank you. Thank you very much. We got ourselves a lovely soft pretzel. Who doesn't love a good soft pretzel? Look at this. It's not the best thing in the world you'll ever see. Not the best soft pretzel in the world you'll ever see. It's Wawa. But it is a soft pretzel. God, I need this so much. I just need food. I know the soft pretzels up near Picks are good as well. He'll tell you how good they are. Here's the 1-2. And that is flied out into right, into left. Left fielder's there. He's got it. Is that going to be deep enough for the runner to tag? No. I'm so tempted to, but we're one out away from the break. Right. Here's Gene Kimball. He singled the last at bat. First pitch to Kimball. He's shot into right. Right fielder's there. Can he make the play? He does. And the side is retired. No runs on 2 hits, and they left both men on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's a 2-1 game. It'll be the top of the order. 2 up for Rockford. Camp Anson set to lead things off. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in a minute and a half. Welcome back. Rochdale 1, York 1. York City wins promotion to League 2. They're in the Football League. Rochdale will have to go through the playoffs. Right. Bottom third, Cat Manson set to lead things off. Here's the first pitch. In there for a called strike. 0-1. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And yet that's only good enough for the playoffs. Here's the 0-1. That's lined into left base. That's absolutely ripped into left by Anson. He's got himself a single. Here's George Hall. He reached via an error his last at bat. First pitch to Hall. Right down broad, 0-1. 106 points in 46 games, right? So let's think about that real quick. That's like 2.3, 2.2 points a game, and it's only good enough for playoffs. That's wild. Here's the 0-1. Strike two. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled. Still 0-2. The 0-2. High and in, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That's high, 2-2. The 2-2. Inside, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. He's walked him. That's first and second. Nobody out here for Rockford. Third place, Carlisle had 95 points, by the way. That's wild. 11 points clear them as well. Here's Russ Barnes. First pitch to Barnes. Grounded. Over to second for 1. They're going to get the over to first, not in time. So it's a 3-4 fielder's choice. Barnes goes to first. Hall's thrown out at second. Anson gets the third. I'll bring up the Pike. Pike doubled his first at bat. Here's the first pitch to Pike. On the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off. 0-2. 96 points last season, but didn't get promoted. Wild. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, 2 down. That'll bring up Jug Allison. He singled his last at bat. RBI singled his last at bat. Here's the first pitch. Throw over to first. Barnes is back safely. I saw something about asking the system to change. You know, the promotion relegation system between Enterprise, National, and the Football League to alleviate this problem. Here's the first pitch to Allison. That's inside. The throw over to second. Not in time. And Barnes has stolen second base. Block. Good to see you, man. Up the hammers, bro. It would have been better had Wolves found a way to tie that game. How you been, Block? Here's the 1-0. Off the plate away, 2-0. The 2-0. High and in, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. On the outside part of the plate, 3-1. Been all right, was out today, getting new gym. Nice, I literally just came from the gym. I have returned to working out literally this week. First time in 24 months. Here's the 3-1. That is high into left, right at the left fielder. He's gonna grab it, and the side is retired. No runs on one hit, and they leave 2 aboard. We go to the top of the 4th. It's 2-1 Rockford. 7, 8, 9 spots due up first for Boston. It'll be Joe Batten to lead things off. But first, new inning means new sponsor. Raz DeVere is an awesome Football Manager streamer. He's got a solo save with Portsmouth Women, and he's got a network save in Scotland with Lewitt Gaming. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The awesome Raz DeVere sponsors our 4th inning here tonight. I just need to do one thing real quick and give Frodank and Spyro and Lulu and Tizzy up. So give me a second to get to be lurking in those streams. Oh my God. Here's the symphony. Right. We're good there. Thank you for the lurk, 10th Shadow. Appreciate you. In the last 5 years that the National League had 2 automatic promotions, the second team would have had, in 46 matches, 88, 107, 84, 96, and 106. Yeah. Joe Batten set to lead things off. First pitch to him. And that is outside, ball one. 107 was that insane Notts County Wrexham battle. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. There's the 1-0. That's fouled. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Lined into the seats in left. Foul. Notts County did come up that season as well. They won the playoff, if I remember correctly. Here's the 1-2. Grounded over to third. Throw on to first is in time. But they had to go through. Yeah, no, but they had to go through the play. Yeah, no, I get that. Here's Tom Patterson. He popped up to the second baseman his first at bat. First pitch. And that's inside, ball one. What did you do in the gym today? A little bit of everything. So they have a circuit room with 19 machines. And one does like your lower back, one does like your upper back, one does like your arms, like here. One does like your neck. They got one for the neck. Like a little bit of everything, like the leg extensions, the leg press, like it's all sorts of machines, right? But it's a circuit of 19 of them, and it's meant to work your whole body. So I did a set on those. I did 15 reps on those, and then I did 20 minutes of cardio afterwards. So, and that was it. So my body's a bit beat up. I know that. It feels beat up. Here's the 1-0. That's it high and inside, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. That is popped up into left. Left fielder's there. He's got it. 2 down. It's going to bring up Asa Bernard. The pitcher, he struck out looking his last at bat. First pitch. And that's at the knees, 0-1. You did push-pull. What's push-pull? Is that those things with like the handles on the sides and the weights are in the middle and you push them? And then you also like pull them? Is that what it is? There's the 0-1. That's lined into right, base hit. Yeah, they got one that's a rowing machine as well. Pull downs. But so basically you do push one day, so chest, shoulders, and tricep. The next day back and arms. Gotcha. You run and you push and you pull for your gotcha. Yeah. They have the art. So ours has the circuit room has. They also have the one where you bring in this thing, and you have the other one where you have the handles with the weights behind, and you have to pull it like that. A little bit of everything in that gym, but it is tiny. It is very tiny. So. Dropping off because of my coworkers on the way over to work to get Linux fixed on my machine. Nice. Sounds good. Have a good rest of your day, Stuart. We'll be here all day. There's the first pitch to Bub McAtee. That's off the plate away. 1-0. I'll be back later. Sounds good. Oh, block. While you're here, Block, take a look at this. We got a rewards program now on the stream. Here's the 1-0. Grounded over to first. Pitcher's coming over there. Makes the play, and the side is retired. Just as I was closing, you said something. Was it? No, it was for Block. 1 run, no runs on 1 hit. They left that man on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 Rockford. I'm going to take a 3-minute ad break here because I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes. Welcome back. I have delicious coffee. A very good friend of mine sent me this coffee as a gift. So I made a new friend recently through a mutual, right? And she sent me. And we were talking, and she's like, "Oh, have you heard of this coffee club thing?" And I'm like, "No, I can't remember what it's called." But I was like, "No, I don't." And she's like, "Oh, well, they send you a box of like coffee pods from like around the world. They're like K cups, or you can do ground beans as well." She gets K cups, and she's like, "They come from a different region of the world supposedly every like 6 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks, and she has them every 6 weeks." So she's like, "I got an extra box lying around. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Sure." And she sent me it. So it's a box of K cups from coffee coffee beans that were harvested in Peru. It tastes good. It tastes better than anything you buy at the store. But I'll take free coffee. Hell yeah. She's like, "You should look into it. It's only like $25." And I'm like, "I don't know if I want to do that every 6 weeks though. You know, or even 8 weeks. I don't know if I want to take on that cost." I'm not that bougie. I'm pretty bougie though. But we'll see. Anyway, it's good coffee. I'm so glad. I have not had any today. It just tastes delicious. It tastes even more delicious because I'm like, I feel like I'm running on fumes by the fact that I haven't had any today. Right. Bottom fourth. I'll get my second wind. I have no doubt about that. I think it's just a combination of the fact that my body's coming down off exercise, plus I haven't had coffee, plus I just ate a giant soft pretzel. Here's Joe's start. He lined out to the shortstop. First pitch to start is ripped right at the second baseman, but he holds on. That was daring to go into center field. But second baseman Tom Carey grabs it, and it's one away. Here's center fielder George Bird. He singled his last at bat. First pitch to Bird. Check swing. They're going to ask first base. He went around, says the umpire. 0-1. There's the pitch. It's popped up along the right field line. That's going to be grabbed there by the right fielder. 2 down. Brings up George Wright. He lined into a double play his last at bat. First pitch to Wright is high, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is popped up in center field. Center fielder's there. He's got it, and the side is retired. They go down in order here in the bottom of the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth. It's still a 2-1 Rockford game. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 spots due up for Boston. Al Reach is going to be the man to lead things off. Forgot to mention funding for my level 1 coaching badges has been confirmed, so I can now start my level 1. Nice. Let's go. Congratulations. Roads to Real Life FM starts now. Let's go. Congratulations, Block. That's awesome news. Right, new inning, new sponsor. Root is an awesome FM streamer. Here he is playing FM 26 with his beloved Malden and Tiptree, his local non-league side, of which he's an avid supporter. Give him a follow if you haven't already. He's got him in the Prem now. The great Route 1 FM will sponsor our fifth inning here tonight. Give Root a hoot. Get out. Get out. Get out. God, that's awful. That is really bad. Boo, get off the stage. Right, here's Outreach settling in. Worst performer since Spurs. Oh my God. So to be honest with you, I'm not beneath those type of jokes either. The dad jokes, I'm not beneath them. Here's the or I'm not above them, I should say. Here's the first pitch to Outreach, who's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be taken on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He's popped that one up. Catcher's there. He's got it. 1 away. Brings up Tom Carey. He's 1 for 2 so far today as well. I'm just upset they won. Like, why? Why couldn't we be 4 points clear? Here's the first pitch to Carey. That's in there for a called strike. 0-1. There's the 0-1. That's below the knees. 1-1. The Phillies are horrendous too, by the way. I'm looking at the Orioles getting smacked around by the Red Sox. But the Phillies are the worst team in baseball now. 8-18. The light inside of me isn't just dying, it's dead when it comes to the Phillies this season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. The 2-1 is lined into left, but foul. 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Grounded back to the mound. The throw over to first is a bad throw.
By my own code now.
It's an E1. And it's going to be a 2-bagger for Tom Carey. He's going to reach second base. Dick McBride with his second error of the afternoon. Welcome in, Skull. How you doing, man? How was your stream? Let me go close your tab real quick. How you guys doing? Welcome in. How was your stream? Stream is good. Watching Arsenal would make you sleep. I'm fucking sleepy because I got... Bruh. I got it on. And I've needed a cup of coffee. I went and grabbed a cup of coffee. There's coffee in there. Because this game is... I can't stand it, man. I just can't stand them. Although, like, the alternative is Man City, and I can't stand them either, the cheating fucks. So. Southampton 1-0. Who they playing? I wonder why Sports Score bot hasn't reported on it. Here's the first pitch. That is going to be in there for a strike. 0-1. Oh, FA Cup. Nice. Oh, it'd be wonderful if they knocked out City. Here's the 0-1. He swung on that one. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. High, 1-2. Yeah, but I'd rather have a team that plays good football win the league. To me, it's... I don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen of another, in my opinion, Block. There's the 1-2. Fouled off. Still 1-2. The 1-2. Off the plate away, 2-2. A 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3, and the count is full now, 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Is popped up into right. Right fielder there. He's got it. 2 down. I'll try to give you another shout-out, Skull, but I think it's still on. I think I shouted you out less than an hour ago, so it's still on cooldown. Yeah, 5 minutes. If you aren't following Skull, again, go follow Skull. If you haven't already. Thank you again for the raid, Skull. Appreciate it, man. How's the FM going, by the way? How's the FM save going, Skull? Here's the first pitch to Tommy Beals, who's 0 for 2 today. He swung on that one and missed. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That is into left and foul. I got to go here, and I got to go here. Here is the 0-2 pitch. High, 1-2. I decided on runner to saves where if I get bored, one go to other. Yeah, that's fair. Not bad, lots of work though. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Beals is retired, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and they leave one man on base. We go bottom 5th. 2-1 Rockford. It's going to be the 9-1-2 spots due up for the Forest Citys. Dick McBride will lead things off. We're going to take 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in a minute and a half. Sorry, I had to answer her DM. All right, bottom fifth. In Rockford. 2-1 Forest Cities lead. Dick McBride settles in. He grounded out his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to McBride. Off the plate away. 1-0. I don't know if there's any British still here. If you are, let me know. Got a little story to tell. Here's the 1-0. That is ripped into left center. But it's held up there for the center fielder. And he's got it, one away. If there are any Brits in chat, let me know. I don't know if Block is still here, or I know Raz is lurking around, but I don't know. I think Root is lurking around as well. But if there's any actively here, let me know. Here's Cap Anson. He is 2 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Anson. And he's fouled that. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is ripped into left. Left fielder dives for it, can't get it. And Anson is into a second base. Anson has doubled. Anson is now just a home run away from hitting for the cycle. That'll bring up George Hall. He's 0 for 1 so far today with a walk. First pitch to Hall. And Hall has ripped that into center. And that's a base hit. Anson stops it. Oh, it's an error. It's an error. It's an error on the center fielder, Tom Patterson. And that gives, not only does it give Hall an extra base, but it brings Anson home. Rockford make it 3-1. Arsenal won a red card on this play. I don't think that's a red. I don't think there's. It's not an obvious. It's not obvious. I mean, it's definitely a foul, but it's not an obvious goal scoring opportunity. Right. Thank you for the follow. Hey, Laptop Pound. Thank you for the follow, my friend. I hope you're well. Guys, go follow Laptop if you haven't already. If you're into Out of the Park, let me type your name out real quick, Laptop. If you guys are into Out of the Park, you'll find Fewer Better. He is an awesome Out of the Park streamer. Give him a follow if you haven't already. Does a lot of great work with the game. Laptop Pound. Big shout out to him. How you doing, man? Welcome in. Welcome to the 1871 season. We've got this is a big game. Boston's leading the American League. They are 12-4. They lead the American League by 2 games, but they have lost 2 straight. Rockford have won 7 in a row. And not only have they won 7 in a row, but they've come from, 6-11 to 13-11. They are within a game. A half game of the Chicago White Stockings, who are currently leading the National League. Rockford, this is their 25th game of the season. They will have just 7 left after that. Thanks. Love Deadballed earlier. Nice. Yeah, we do not play any of the games. I do manage Rockford in this save, but It is mainly a commentary save, which is why I got the mic out. We also do occasionally play Franchise Hockey Manager, which we commentate as well. That's the 1910 National Hockey Association season. We do NHL 2K6 as well. There is a modded version of NHL 2K6 with modern rosters, and we commentate that as well. That save is called Benny versus Chat because 3 of our members in chat are co-managing the Boston Bruins as general manager. I'm managing the your camera fuzzy and black and white. Oh, the old sepia look. Give it that. But yeah. So and then I don't know if Val is still in chat, but she manages Seattle in the NHL 2K6 save. We played some other games as well. We're going to be playing Football Manager later. I don't commentate that one. I actually play that one. But yeah, welcome in. Right. It is Ross Barnes to settle in. He is 0 for 2 with an RBI and a stolen base. Here's the first pitch to Ross Barnes. And that is right down to, that's in the dirt. 0-1 or 1-0. Not to advertise and constantly plug, but if you are interested, all of the VODs of all of the games that I have done so far this season are on YouTube. So the full match replays of Out of the Park, of NHL, of Franchise Hockey Manager, they're all on YouTube. We've made it to the 20, we're almost through July, which is amazing. This save started in June of last year, and we've been commentating it for the better part of 10 months now. And we're into the second half of the season. If you see me looking down, I also have a scorebook. So we are scoring the game. And I have scorebook. I actually completed a whole book. So I have a whole book on the bookshelf. That's just the scorecards from 1871 so far. Which is really cool. Right. The 1-0 pitch to Barnes is ripped into right. It's going to sit up there. It's going to go to the wall. It's going to be by the right fielder. And he's going for 3. Can he get there? The throw to third. Not in time. He's safe at third. And Barnes has got an RBI triple as Rockford make this 4-1. Limp Pike settles in. He's 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch to Pike. And that one's going to be in there for a called strike. It's on 1. Runner on third, 1 down for Pike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is ripped high into left. That's way back there. That is going to leave the park. It's over the wall. And Limp Pike with his 7th big fly of the season brings in 2. It's 6-1 Rockford. Pike with 7 big flies this season for his, I believe, 30th and 31st RBI. He's leading the majors in both. But he absolutely shredded that one. I've seen him just clear the fence mainly here in 1870. That was absolutely no doubt. Here's Doug Allison now. He's 1 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Allison. Grounded over to third. The throw on to first is in time. 2 down. That'll bring up Joe Start. He's 0 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Start. And that is going to catch the inside corner for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is fouled off again. We stay at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off the plate away, 1-2. The 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Now here's the 2-2 pitch to Joe Start. Ripped into left. The inning continues. It's a base hit. Start's got a single. I think Bernard's job on the mound is in jeopardy. He's still out there right now. But Boston might be thinking about replacing him. As George Bird settles in, he's 1 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Bird is ripped at the third baseman. He's got it, and the side is retired. 4 runs on 5 hits, and they leave 1 aboard. We go to the top of the 6th. The Forest Citys have blown this game open. It's 6-1. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 spots due up first for Boston. Gene Kimball is going to lead things off. But first, new inning, new spotser. Let's see here. FMG&G is an amazing. Why did that not work? Oh, hold on, because I put 1 instead of the exclamation point. FMG&G is an amazing Irish football manager streamer. If you have not followed him already, give him a follow. He does some awesome content on YouTube too, where he's got a jobless to greatness save going in Football Manager. Big follow and shout out to FMG&G, who's going to sponsor our 6th inning here today. It's Gene Kimball settling into the batter's box. 1 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Kimball to lead off the 6th, and he has popped this one up into right. Right fielder's there. It held up quite nicely for him, and Kimball is sat down without any resistance. That'll bring up Joe Batten. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to Batten. And that one is off the plate away. 1-0. There's the 1-0. He's popped this one up. Drifting down the right field line. It's going to land there before the fielder can get to it. And it'll be a foul ball. 1-1 to count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's high. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Offered at that one and missed. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is popped up in shallow center. Shortstop's there. He makes the grab. That's 2 down. Tom Patterson is going to be the next man up. Patterson is 0 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Patterson. And he's fouled that off down the first base side, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He's fouled this one off, this time down the third base side. 0-2 to count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off the plate away, 1-2. I don't even know if the Phillies played today, to be fair. I mean, like, is it even worth watching the Phillies now? Probably not. Did we play today? Yeah, we're at the Braves, 7-15. That's a loss. That's a loss. My friend who lives in Atlanta, he often goes to the Braves games down there. He misses it because the old stadium used to be literally across his apartment complex was, I think, a block and a half. So he's like, I could just walk to the game. I'm like, that's pretty sick, actually. But he was at one of the previous series, the previous home series that the Braves had. He was at all 3 games. It's kind of cool. In the nosebleeds, of course, because nobody's got money for the lower level anymore. But that's besides the point. He really does like his Braves. He loves his Braves and he loves Atlanta United. Those are like the 2 things he really, and Alabama football because that's his alma mater. So, right, here's the 1-2. Roll Tide. And that is high, 2-2. He'll appreciate me saying that. He's the one that won the giveaway for the jersey. So, he'll appreciate me saying that too. Here's the 2-2. It is popped up in shallow. No, it's right behind second base. The shortstop's there. He's got it. And the side is retired. They go down in order in the top of the 6th. We move to the bottom of the 6th. It is 6-1 Rockford. It'll be the 8-9-1 spots due up. George Wright will be the first man up. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in a minute and a half. Right, welcome back. Bottom 6th here in Rockford. George Wright settles in. Wright is 0 for 2 so far today. First pitch coming to him from Asa Bernard. Oh, he's plunked him. He's absolutely plunked him. First pitch. So George Wright will take first base for free as he's hit by the pitch. That'll bring up Dick McBride, the pitcher. He's 0 for 2 so far today. Throw over to first, and Wright is back in time. Here's the first pitch. That's inside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is off the plate inside. 2-0 now. Here's the 2-0. Offered at that one and missed. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. At the knees for a called strike. It's 2-0. I'm sorry, it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. That's off the plate. 3-2 the count. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, and McBride has struck out swinging. 1 down. That's going to bring up Cap Anson. Anson is just a home run away from hitting for the cycle. We have not had a batter hit for the cycle yet. Still looking for our first ever one in baseball history. Here's the first pitch. Throw over to first, and Wright is back in time. First pitch to Anson. He's off it at that one. Swung on, foul tip. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1. That is off the plate away, 1-1. The 1-1 is ripped back up the middle, base hit, and Anson's got his 4th hit of the afternoon. Wright goes to second, Anson on first. That brings up George Hall. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. The first pitch to Hall is popped up. In the infield fly rule will be called. And that's going to be 2 down. Here's Ross Barnes. First pitch to Barnes is inside. It gets by the catcher. Going to third is Wright. Going to second is Anson. It's a wild pitch. Barnes is 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs so far today. First pitch. Off the plate inside. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. High, 3-0. The 3-0. Right down Broad Street, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Rounded over to first. Pitcher coming over to get there. He does. And the side is retired. No runs on 1 hit. And they leave 2 aboard. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 6-1 Rockford. It'll be the 9-1-2 spots due up for Boston. Asa Bernard will be the first man up. But first, before we get into that new inning, new sponsor. Pixelated Suits is an awesome Colombian-American streamer. Here he is playing FM 24. Also does FM 26, Skate, Battlefield 6, Fallout series. A little bit of everything. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The excellent Pixelated Suits will sponsor tonight's 7th inning. We got to go box score. We got to go here. That'll bring the sound back. There we go. Asa Bernard in the batter's box. Here's the first pitch. And Bernard's going to single into right. Second knock of the afternoon for Bernard. And that is going to bring up the top of the order and Bub McAtee, who's 0 for 3 so far today. First pitch to McAtee. He offered at that one 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounded over to first. Pitcher comes over. He makes the play. One down. It does move Bernard to second. Here comes Al Reach. Reach is 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Reach. That is right down Broad Street. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside. 1-1. The 1-1. Grounded over to first. The pitcher coming over there. He's going to make the play again. 2 down now. It does move Bernard to third, but there's 2 outs now. Deep fly ball will not bring him home. Here's the first pitch to Tom Carey, and that is exactly what he has done. He's hit a deep fly ball to right. Right fielder's there. He makes the grab, and the side is retired. No runs on 1 hit. They leave that man on base. It's 7th inning stretch time in Rockford. 6-1 Forest Citys. Arsenal have beaten Newcastle. It's love it. I love hearing it in the game, but we don't always get it. Having said that, we are going to play, as always, the Harrison Schenkler edition of Take Me Out the Ballgame. We're going to step away from the camera. We will be back with more in 2 minutes, about 3 minutes time. Enjoy this rendition of Take Me Out to the Ballgame. We'll be back with more in 3. Right, we are back. Programming note, now that we are at the 7th inning stretch, Football Manager will be coming after Out of the Park Baseball. So definitely look forward to that. And then in addition, if you're enjoying the Out of the Park Baseball, we are back with that. We are not back with that until May the 3rd, next Sunday. So look forward to that. So yeah, May the 3rd will be Out of the Park. May the 5th, that is the following Monday, is Out of the Park as well. And then May 10th, Sunday, May 10th, is an Out of the Park doubleheader. I anticipate being done the Football Manager season and being in the off season. So I anticipate that May 9th will be the day we finish the FM season 15 of The Longest Save. And with that, it means that the 10th, the stream on the 10th, I won't be able to do FM because I'll just be in the middle of the off season. So May 10th will be an Out of the Park double header, and then FM will return on the 17th. Out of the Park, obviously starting that stream and then bundling that into FM like we have done last weekend and we are doing tonight. So a lot of Out of the Park on the schedule, a lot of FM on the schedule. The schedule is set through May. Just FYI, so definitely take a look at it. It's on Twitch. The schedule is on Twitch. It's set through May, which is really nice. So we have one, including today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games of Out of the Park. So we'll be into August by the time we'll be into the August part of our season by the time we roll through May. I also intend to be, if not complete, then at least deep into season 16 of The Longest Save. So definitely check that out. We are also playing other games. Benny versus Chat is going to have 6 appearances. Action Taimanen's going to have 2 appearances. No, I'm sorry. It's going to have 3 appearances. Final Fantasy is going to have 3 appearances as well. Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation has an appearance. So does Peng Ya. And on top of that, Lunatics on the Loose. Episode 2 of that's going to be May 30th. So definitely check that out as well. Right. Bottom 7th in Rockford. Asa Bernard is still on the mound for the Red Stockings. Lip Pike is the first man up. He homered his last at bat. He is 2 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Pike. And Pike is he's done it again. He's done it again. It's over the wall. Lip Pike with a solo shot. Back-to-back home runs. (7-1) Rockford. Two home run game for Lip Pike. Doug Allison settles in now. 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Allison. And that one is just going to catch the outside corner. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's fouled into the... Is that going to stay fair? No, it's fouled into right field. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Into the seats. Still 0-2. Carolina leads the series 3-0, by the way, against the Senators. Wow. Here's the 0-2. Lined into the gap in right, base hit. I think Bernard's day is coming to an end here. It's going to be a single for Doug Allison. He's aboard. Nobody out still. They keep Bernard on the mound for now. Here's Joe's start. He's 1 for 3. First pitch to start. He's fouled that one off. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's in there at the lettering. 0-2. There's the 0-2. Lined right at the second baseman for the first out. Here's George Bird. Bird is 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Bird. And that one, I think, is going to catch the plate. It does. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is off the plate. 1-1. The 1-1 is ripped into left. Foul. It's going to land in the seats. We do it again. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. High. 2-2. The 2-2 is flied into right, drifting foul. It will land in the seats. Foul. Here's the 2-2. Grounded over to third. The throw on to first is in time. 2 down. That moves Allison to second with 2 outs. Here's George Wright. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to right. Right down Broad Street. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. High. 1-1. The 1-1. He was early on that swing. He fouled it off. 1-2. The 1-2 is high and away. 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Grounded over to third. The throw on to first is in time. And the side is retired. 1 run on the home run on 2 hits. They leave 1 aboard. We go to the top of the 8th. It's 7-1 Rockford. 4, 5, 6 spots due up for Boston. Andy Leonard is going to lead things off. But first, new inning, new sponsor. 10th Shadow is an amazing video game streamer. He does not stream often at all, but I got so much love and respect for him. He's always going to get a shout out here. Last playing Nier Automata, but he's played through like Silent Hill F and some Dead or Alive 6 on stream. Give him a follow if you haven't already. He's also part of our Action Timon squad and our Timon squad, or Timon squad clan and Action Timon clan as well. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The Great 10th Shadow will sponsor our 8th inning here today. Andy Leonard settles in. Leonard is 1 for 2 so far today. Oh, that is such a nasty hit. Oh, God, that's a nasty hit. Here's the first pitch to Andy Leonard. And that one is at the knees, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's high and away, 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on and missed, 1-2. The 1-2. Inside, ball 2. It's 2-2 now. Here's the 2-2. Lined right at the shortstop. He's got it, 1 away. That'll bring up Tommy Beals. He's 0 for 3. First pitch to Beals. Way off the plate. 1-0. 14-1 Boston. Jesus. The 1-0. Check swing. They ask first base. He went around. 1-2 or 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Popped it up. In foul territory. It'll land there. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Off the plate away. 2-2 now. The 2-2 pitch. That is high, ball 3. And the count is full to Tommy Beals. Here's the payoff pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. And Beals has drawn a walk. That'll bring up Gene Kimball. He's 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Kimball is in the dirt, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Grounded over to third. It's an error on the third baseman. Camp Anson commits the error. And it allows Kimball to go to first. Beals goes to second. 2 on, 1 out. And settling in is Joe Batten. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch to Batten is right down broad, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Batten offered at that one, 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. They're going to ask first base. He did not go, says the first base umpire. 1-2 the count. Here's the 1-2. That's fouled off. Still 1-2. The 1-2. Inside, 2-2. The 2-2 is in the gap in left. Base hit. And the bases are loaded for Boston, who trail by 6 with just 1 out. Stepping up is Tom Patterson. 100K channel points in the stream. Good Lord. You're not planning to make me unretire, are you? That's a nice milestone. Thank you so much for your support, Latte. Really. Okay, here's the first pitch to Patterson. And that one catches the outside part of the plate, 0-1. It means a lot, man. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Latte. Here's the 0-1. It's popped up in foul territory. Third baseman's there. He's got it. 2 down. That brings up, we have a substitution. Asa Bernard's day is done. Bub Addy settles in to pinch hit for him. Here's the first pitch. And that is on the inside part of the plate for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. High and in, ball 1. The 1-1 is lined into left, base hit, and that's runs. Bob Addy delivers an RBI single. Coming in to score is Beals. Going to third is Kimball. Going to second is Batten. 7-2. The only question I have with the sound right now, and I don't know, maybe if anybody's out there listening to out of the park, I think the ambient volume, if I up that, right? Because I think this is what I'm hearing is crowd volume, right? Yeah. So if I go 150, but the ambient volume is 170, you should be able to hear Gun Candy a little bit better. Right. This is Bub McAtee settling in. McAtee is 0 for 4 today. First pitch to McAtee, and that is high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. It's gonna be in there for a called strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is high, ball 2. The 2-1. Check swing. They're gonna ask third base. He did not go, says the umpire. 3-1. 3-1 to count, and ball 4. And Bub McAtee's got an RBI walk. Scoring on the walk is Gene Kimball. Batten goes to third. Addy goes to second, and the tying run is now at the plate. Al Reach is 1 for 4 so far today. First pitch to Reach, and that is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. There's the 0-1. And that's fouled down the third base side. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is ripped into left. Is that going to stay fair? No. It hits off the base of the foul side of the wall. Still 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ripped into left, base hit. Al Reach has got an RBI single. Coming home to score is Joe Batten. Going to third is Addy. Going to second is McAtee. And the go-ahead run is at the plate. Tom Carey settles in. Carey is 1 for 4 so far today. First pitch to Carey. He is grounded this to short. The throw one to first is in time, and the side is retired. 3 runs on 3 hits, and they left the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-4 Rockford. It'll be the 9-1-2 spots due up for the Forest Citys. Dick McBride will lead things off. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. We'll be back with more in a minute and a half. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the full 3-minute timeout because let's push the ads as deep into the FM side of the stream as we can. Let's do that, shall we? So bottom eighth here, we're going to take a 3-minute time break. We'll be back with more in the full 3-minute time. All right, we're back. Bottom eighth in Rockford. The Forest City's leading 7-4. Dick McBride settles in. It is James McDermott who has come in to try and see this out. For Rockford. Means Asa Bernard goes 7 innings. Man, 17-9 is, or 17-1 is wild. Right. First pitch from McDermott. He's 2-0 this season, by the way. 5.52 ERA. That is off the plate away, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. That is going to catch the inside part of the plate for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1. On the inside corner, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Off the plate away, 2-2. The 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off, still 3-2. The 3-2 pitch is ripped into center, but playable. Center fielder's there. He's got it. One down. Here's Cap Anson still looking for that home run to hit for the cycle. We've had 2 from Pike this afternoon. First pitch to him from McDermott. He's going to take that down broad, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Anson is inside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Inside, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is ripped into center. Center fielder going back. He's got room. And that is the second out. Here's George Hall. He's 1 for 3. First pitch to Hall. And that one's taken high for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Off the plate, 2-0. The 2-0. My man, good win for West Ham. It is a good win for West Ham. That's off the plate, 3-0. How you doing, Retro? Good to see you, man. Great win for West Ham. It's just a shame that Spurs also won. Here's the 3-0, and that's in there for a strike, 3-1. But I'll take it. Here's the 3-1. That's in there, 3-2. The 3-2 is fly out into center, way back there, off the base of the wall. And George Hall's got a stand-up double. That's going to score. Hang on. Have I missed something? Because McBride flied out, right? So what the hell happened? Oh, McBride reached on an error. I didn't even realize he reached on an error. I didn't realize he was on base. It's an E8. He reached via an error on the center fielder, Tom Patterson. So there's only 1 out. I'm thinking there's 2 outs the whole damn time. So that's actually an RBI double because it brought McBride around. And it's 8-4 Rockford. Just got to win your games. You can control what you can. Yeah, I know, but like, our games are going to include Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? We got you guys. We got Brentford. Then we got Arsenal. Then we got you guys. And then we got Leeds. So what are we on now? 36? I can see us getting 4 points. And they're on 34. I can see them getting at least 3 more with their play against Leeds, and then they got to find 2 other points. I will have a word ready for you. A lot of I've seen some Newcastle fans say he should be sacked. I'm like, I don't think you guys should. I think if you start poorly next season, yeah, then you have that conversation. But I think if you, I don't think there's a point. I don't think there's a point in having the Eddie Howe conversation this season. I think he's done a good job. I think if you have if this season is a blip, and then you go back next season, you start tearing the league again, it's worth, you know what I mean? You just take it on the chin. Here's Barnes. Barnes is 1 for 4. First pitch to him is in there for a called strike. 0-1. Exactly what you said. His win ratio since he came is still 50. That's insane. 51% is high. That's very high. Here's the 0-1. That's grounded foul. Still 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Flied out in the left, but foul. The 0-2. That's high, ball 1. I'd like to see you guys return to form next season and get a Champions League spot again, you know? That'd be nice. Here's the 1-2. Off the plate, 2-2. The 2-2 is popped up into the seats. Still 2-2. I can't believe it's a scenario now where it's us or Spurs. Like that to me is wild. Here's the 2-2. And he's hit him. He's plunked him. He's hit by the pitch. Barnes takes up first base. That brings up Lip Pike, who has homered in each of his last 2 at-bats. 3 for 4 today. First pitch to Pike is high. The throw over to third. Not in time. And it's a double steal. Barnes takes second. Hall takes third. 1 out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pike's fouled that off. 1-1. The 1-1 is into right, but it just drifts foul. How you been, by the way, Billy? Hope you're well, man. I hope you're good. Here's the 1-2 off the plate, 2-2. The 2-2 is popped up in the infield. Third baseman's there. He's got it. 2 down. It's going to bring up Doug Allison, who is 2 for 4. Here's the first pitch to Allison. He's popped it up into the seats. 0-1. The 0-1 is popped up in the infield. Third baseman's there. He's got it. And the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit. And they left 2 aboard. We go to the top of the 9th. Rockford have a 8-4 lead. That'll be the 4, 5, 6 spots due up for Boston. Andy Leonard will get things going. Counting down the days, 6 months. Then should be back streaming. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. On that note, I need a sponsor for the 9th inning. So, why did that not? Oh, because I typed AO, not SO. Oh, yeah. That's the second mistype today. Guys, if you aren't following Retro, give him a follow. He's going to be returning to streaming later this year. Been out because his PC broke. Last playing FIFA, but he does play FM as well. Give him a follow if you haven't already. Retro Gamer is going to sponsor our 9th inning here tonight. What's up, Z-Guy? Welcome back. Top of the 9th. Rockford leading by a score of 8-4. Andy Leonard on the mound. Here's the first pitch to Leonard. That's ripped into right. Foul. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2. 0-2. Here's the 0-2. That's high, 1-2. That FIFA one, because I tried to stream from PS5 but couldn't get it to work right. You couldn't hear me? I see. Here's the 1-2. That's lined right at the second baseman. He's got it. One away. Yeah, this will bring up Tommy Beals. Beals is 0 for 3 with a walk. It is so dark outside because it's getting ready to storm. Or rain, at least. Here's the first pitch to Beals. Check swing. They're going to ask the first base umpire. He went around, says the umpire. 0-1 to count. Here's the 0-1. Grounded back up to second. To throw to first is in time. 2 down. And they are down to their bottom, or their final out. Gene Kimball settling in, 1 for 4. First pitch to Kimball. And that is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High, 1-1. The 1-1. Grounded back to second. To throw to first is in time. And the ball game is over. The Boston Red Stockings, the best team in baseball, come to Rockford on a 2-game slide, and they cannot stop the slide. They lose 3 straight. Rockford are now 8 in a row that they have won. A huge win for them as they try to chase down this National League pennant title. The final score here from the Agricultural Society Fairgrounds in Rockford, Illinois. The Boston Red Stockings 4, the Rockford Forest Citys 8. Let's do your batting statistics. Starting with the visiting Boston Red Stockings. Bub McAtee had 4 at-bats. He did not have a hit. He had an RBI. It was a base on balls. Al Reach had 5 at-bats. He had 2 hits. He had 1 RBI. Tom Carey had 5 at-bats. He had 1 hit. He scored 1 run. Andy Leonard had 4 at-bats. He had 1 hit. It was an RBI. It was a double. He had 1 sacrifice as well. Tommy Beals had 4 at-bats. He did not have a hit. He had a base on balls. He scored 1 run. Gene Kimball had 5 at-bats. He had 1 hit. He scored 1 run. Joe Batten had 3 at-bats. He had 1 hit. He scored 1 run. He had a base on balls. Tom Patterson had 4 at-bats. He did not have a hit. He had 3 fielding errors. Thank you for the lurk, Ducky. Appreciate you. Asa Bernard had 3 at-bats. He had 2 hits, and he struck out looking. Also, by the way, Tommy Beals had a strikeout as well. I forgot to mention that. He also made 1 fielding error, and then Bub McAtee had 1 at-bat. He had a hit. It was an RBI. Total at-bats for the Rockford Forest City, or I'm sorry, for the Boston Red Stockings. 4 and 5 is 9, and 5 is 14, and 4 is 18, and 4 is 22, and 5 is 27, and 3 is 30, and 4 is 34, and 3 is 37, and 1 is 38. Total runs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total hits, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Doubles, 1. No triples, 3 base on balls. 2 strikeouts, no stolen bases, 1 sacrifice, 4 RBIs, and 4 fielding errors is what I've got. We'll do the pitching statistics in a moment for the hometown Rockford Forest Citys. Cap Anson had 5 at-bats. He had 4 hits, 1 double, 1 triple, scored 2 runs, had 1 fielding error. George Hall had 4 at-bats. He had 2 hits, 1 double. He had a RBI. He had a stolen base, and he had a run. And he had a base on balls. Ross Barnes had 4 at-bats. He had 1 hit. It was a triple. He had 1 run. The game has him at 1 RBI. I have him at 2 because he RBI tripled in the 5th. He did double play in the first, but it still brought Anson home. So, like, if it wasn't a double play, it would be an RBI ground out. So I still count as an RBI. It's an RBI double play. So I'm recording it as a second RBI. I think that's unfair to him to not give him the RBI for the out. So he has 2 RBIs. He has a stolen base. He has 2 stolen bases, beg your pardon. He scored 1 run. Lip Pike, the man of the match, really. 5 at-bats, 3 hits, 1 double, 2 home runs, 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs as well. Doug Allison, 5 at-bats, 2 hits, 1 RBI. Joe Start, 4 at-bats, 1 hit. George Bird, 4 at-bats, 1 hit. George Wright, 3 at-bats, no hits. And Dick McBride, 4 at-bats, no hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout, 2 fielding errors. Total at-bats for the Rockford Forest Citys. 5 and 4 is 9 and 4 is 13 and 5 is 18 and 5 is 23 and 4 is 27 and 4 is 31 and 3 is 34 and 4 is 38. Runs 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Hits 4, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14 I have. Yep. Doubles 1, 2, 3. Triples 2. Home runs 2. Base on balls 1. Strikeouts. Lip Pike also struck out once. My bad. So strikeouts 2. Stolen bases 3. No sacrifices. RBIs 1, 3, 6, 7. Fielding errors 3. Your pitching statistics. Asa Bernard gets credited with the loss. He goes 7 innings. His pitch count was just 96. He gave up 3 base on balls, I think. 1 base on balls, sorry. 1 base on balls, yeah. Struck out 2. Gave up 11 hits. 13 hits. 7 runs, of which 5 of them are earned. Asa Bernard falls to 10 and 5 on the season. James McDermott pitched 1 inning pitched. He had 32 pitches. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was not earned. No strikeouts, no base on balls either. Right. Dick McBride gets credited with the win. He goes 9 innings pitched. I have his pitch count at 140. 3 base on balls, 2 strikeouts. 9 hits, 4 runs, and not a single one of those runs was earned. How about that? He will improve to 13-9 on the season. Official match time, 2 hours, 37 minutes. Official match attendance, 1,311 was the official match attendance here for this one. And that is going to do it for Out of the Park. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to check Perfect Team. I'm going to rip some packs. We're going to immediately save the game. In the other game, the Fort Wayne Kekiungas, 22-9 over the Troy Haymakers. Troy falls to 4-20. They've lost, I think, 11 straight, but that loss also eliminates them from playoff or from the potential or from the pennant. So they will have an E. They should have an E next to their name. They are gone. Troy is eliminated. They are 9.5 games back, and they have 8 games left to play in their season. So Troy is gone. They are done. It's all over, man. It's all over. I said there's some more. It's all over. They're done. And Rockford draw within the or they are now tied with Chicago at the top of the National League. So this is what it's done to your standings. Rockford pulled level with Chicago. They're 14-11, Rockford. They've won 5 straight. Beg your pardon. They're 8-2, won 5 straight. Troy has lost 11 in a row. Chicago still got a lot to play. They got 15 games left to play, Chicago. Fort Wayne pulled within a half game of Chicago and Rockford at 12-11. Just a game back. They have 9 games left in their season. New York is 2 games back. They've got 13 left in their season. Troy is 4-29.5 back. They are done. In the American League, the loss puts Boston down at 12-5. They've lost 3 straight. Cleveland pulled within a game and a half off the back of the loss at 11-7. It pulls the Philadelphia Athletics, within 2 games at 11-8. Washington is sitting at 9-13 now, 5.5 back. They're not quite out of it yet. It's going to be tough for them, though. They only have 10 games left to play. Let's advance the day. And there's no games on the 26th, so we're going to advance again. The next game is going to be a big one. The 11-8 Philadelphia Athletics, who are 6-3 on the road, at the 12-11 Fort Wayne Kekiungas, who are 8-5 at home. That's a big matchup and a very big game coming next time out. Right. If you're watching on the YouTube, thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the recording. We'll see you for the next game. Until then, take care.